All right, if everyone can come to their comfortable seated position in the middle of their mat. Take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, gently close your eyes. Letting your palms rest in your lap or on your knees. Making sure your spine is nice and long from the crown of your head all the way down to your tailbone. And start to just notice the breath, deepening your breath, coming to this moment. Maybe there's an intention you'd like to set for your practice today, whether that be to remember to come to the breath or just to stay in the moment and the pose that you're in. Whatever it may be, think of it. Maybe you place it on the inside of your forehead. Visualize it. When you're ready, take a nice deep breath and exhale fully. You can gently flutter your eyes open. We're going to start with some neck rolls. So just rolling our head to the right shoulder, chin down to the chest, left ear, left shoulder. You can come all the way back, round across the back if you'd like. And we're going to switch directions. Remember to maintain that nice long spine. Coming to a neutral spine, neutral neck. Drop the right hand to the mat or out to the right side. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, bring the left ear to the left shoulder. If you'd like, you can place your left hand on the right side of your head, just giving a little extended stretch. Take a couple deep breaths here. Releasing your left hand if you were grabbing your head, coming back to center, bringing your left hand to the left side. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, drop that right ear to that right shoulder. You can place your right hand on the left side of your head. No yanking, just apply a light pressure. One more deep breath here. And back to center. Inhaling the arms up overhead. Pulling those shoulders away from the ears. Nice. Exhaling those palms back down. Inhaling overhead. Exhaling back down. Inhaling overhead. Exhaling down. One more. Inhale. This time we'll twist right. So exhale to the right side. Left hand comes to the right knee. Right hand comes behind you. Remember to lengthen your spine. Inhale, we're going to come back to center, arms up overhead. Check the shoulders, pull them away from the ears. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand, left knee. Nice and long spine. Pull those shoulder blades away from the ears. Inhaling back to center. We're going to exhale, forward fold. So folding over, walking the hands out, keeping your hips on the ground. You can begin to round the spine, start to stretch the back, pressing into the hip, whichever leg is on top. Remember to maintain that nice long spine, so pull those shoulder blades away from the ears. One more deep breath here, inhaling and exhaling fully. Inhale, walk the hands back up to center, come to seated, switch the legs. So whichever leg was on top or whichever leg was crossed over the other. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. You can begin to round the spine, pressing into the other hip, opening the other hip. One more deep breath here, inhaling fully and exhaling completely. Inhale, walk the hands back up to center. We're going to swing the legs out from underneath us and come to tabletop. We're going to do some cow-cats. So our knees are underneath our hips, our wrists are underneath our shoulders. Check your alignment. Press into all the fingertips. Tops of the feet are pressed firmly on the mat. We're going to take a nice deep inhale, drop the belly, shine the heart forward. Gaze comes up. Exhale, round the spine up and under, pressing through the shoulder blades. Crown of the head drops towards the mat. Inhale, drop the belly. Shine the heart forward, gaze comes up. Exhale, round, press through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Coming back to a neutral spine, so tabletop. We're going to thread the needle. So we're going to walk our hands one hand length out for stability. Take your right hand, palm facing up, comes underneath your left arm. Press down into your bicep, resting on your bicep, pressing into your shoulder. You can sit as far back as comfortable or as far up as you'd like, reaching that left hand out towards the top of the mat. Your ear, right ear, can come to the mat if you'd like, or your forehead can come to the mat. Whatever feels comfortable, just take a few deep breaths here, relax. One more nice deep breath. Inhaling, lifting up. Bring the right hand out in front of the shoulder. Take the left palm facing up. Send it up through the arm, right armpit. pressing into the right shoulder. Walk the right hand out. Lay on that left bicep. Forehead to the mat, left ear to the mat, whatever feels comfortable for you. One more nice deep breath here. Exhale, lifting up ever so slightly. And I'd like you to keep your knees as tight as you can or want to. We're going to go into child's pose. So if you like your knees spread wide, go ahead, big toes touching. If you can, keep them close. Sit the heels back, walk the hands out, and just let the body lay over or in between the thighs. Forehead can come to the mat if it can reach. Just take a few deep breaths, relax. Let's walk our hands to the left side. And just try to press into that right shoulder, right side, right hip. And walk the hands over to the center and back over to the right. Press into that left shoulder, left side, left hip. One more breath here. Walking the hands back to center. Take one nice deep breath. And gently walk the palms to the knees, coming to seated. We're sitting on our shins. We're going to find a little movement. We've done this once before, so let's try it again. So we'll come up to our knees. We're not going to stay here long. So we're going to inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand back behind us to the right shin or foot and extend that left arm behind you, pressing through the hips. Sweep that left hand over to the right side, rounding the spine. We're going to come around the other side, inhaling and exhaling. Bring that left hand, left side, extend the right hand up behind you. Let's do it one more time each side. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, sweeping around. Exhaling, pressing through. Beautiful. And drop back down to center. And if you need to for realignment, just let your torso hang over your thighs. Rounding the spine, pressing left and right. Just a nice little back bend. No biggie, you know. All right, we're going to come to our hands and knees, grab our blocks. We're going to need them. Send your right foot out in front of you. Flex the foot so the heel is on the ground. Your right or your left knee should be underneath your left hip. Never does it leave that alignment, okay? Blocks can be on the sides of your shins. Sitting up nice and tall and exhaling, pressing the hips back. and leaning forward. So we're getting a nice stretch in the bottom of that right leg. Keeping a nice long flat back. Make sure your hips are square to the front of the mat. Take one more nice deep inhale here. And exhale. Walk. Oh, yes. All right, we're going to plant that foot on the ground, that front foot. Send our hips forward or our weight forward. Hands come to meet the alignment of that front foot. And now all of a sudden we're in lizard pose. So we're getting a nice stretch in our hip flexor on the other side. You can turn your right toes out a little bit if that opens up your hip and that feels better. Just take a few deep breaths here. And if you can, and you'd like to try, you can come to your forearms or maybe your blocks. Take one more deep breath here. Move your block to the side. We're gonna shift our hips back, lift that front leg, and just press back, sit back on our heels, press back into child's pose, okay? Just recenter, realign. One more deep breath. Pressing up to our knees, grab your blocks. We're gonna come to our half split on the other side. So sending our left foot forward. Right knee is underneath the right hip, always stays in that alignment. Take a nice deep breath. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. And exhaling, shifting the weight forward. Nice flat back. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Really strong stretch in the back of the legs. Beautiful. Only go to as far as you feel comfortable. So maybe you're more like straight up, and that's okay. One more deep breath here, okay? We're going to shift our weight, plant that front foot on the ground. Come to our lizard pose on the other side. So you can turn those toes out to the side if that feels better. Or you can keep them straight. Just begin to feel that nice, beautiful stretch in your hip flexor, opening up the left hip. If you'd like, you can come down to your forearms or to your blocks. Working on maintaining that nice long line in the spine. One more deep breath. Coming up to your hands. Pressing up into tabletop, shifting your weight back. We're going to come back into our child's pose one more time. Recenter. Really pressing into the palms. Pulling the shoulder blades away from the ears, making it an active rest position. Take one more nice deep breath here. On your next inhale, you can walk your hands back to center. We're going to be sitting on our shins. We will tuck our legs to the left, so our feet to the left, sit on our right hip. So that alignment for our right leg is correct. We'll pull the left leg out, and if you can, cross it over the right leg. If not, if that's too much, right here is fine as well. So sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, exhale, bring that either that elbow crease around that knee and twist to the left, or take your elbow around the left knee. Sitting up nice and tall, really getting a nice glute stretch here. Twist of the spine. Everyone looks wonderful. One more breath. Exhale, come back to center. So for that beautiful alignment, let's just tuck our shins underneath one more time. Shift our hips to the left. So our left leg is in perfect alignment. Send that right foot out, and either the right foot can come to the left shin or it can come over the left thigh. Sitting up nice and tall, take a nice deep breath. Exhale, either elbow crease wraps the knee, twisting to the right, or extend that twist with the elbow over the knee. Nice job, everyone. One more breath here. And gently come back to center. We're going to send both of our legs out straight in front of us. Nice, strong pose. Flex the toes. Sit up nice and tall. Nice deep breath. We're going to slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time without moving our legs. So just start to roll your spine to the mat with as much control as you can muster, and gently come back to lying. Beautiful. I'd like you to bring your knees up so your heels are close to your glutes. Cross the right leg over so right ankle comes to left knee. If this feels good and you'd like to just stay here, you're more than welcome to. But if you can, take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, bring that left thigh closer to your body. So your right hand reaches through your right leg gap, grabbing the underneath of your left thigh. Pulling your thigh closer to you, opening up the right hip. Take one more nice breath here. Release your hand grip. Keep your legs the same. And I'd like you to drop your legs to the right. So your torso twists, your right foot is pressing on your left thigh to drop down, to pull to the ground. You can open up your arms to a T, gaze out to the left. One more deep breath here. Exhale, come back up. Place both the feet on the mat. Take a nice deep breath, inhaling. Exhaling, lift that left foot to the right knee. This is where you'd like to stay. That's good. You can just work on pressing into the left hip, opening up that left knee. Or take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, bring that right thigh closer to your body. Taking your left hand through that leg gap, grabbing the underneath side of your right thigh. Take a few breaths here and just pull that knee a little bit closer. One more breath. Release your hand grip if you have one. Send your arms out to a T and gently drop your legs to the left side. Gaze comes out over the right. You guys look like giant pretzels. It's beautiful. One more deep breath here. Exhaling, coming back to center. And if you have a block handy, we're going to give our knees a nice little hug. Massaging our low back, coming left to right. Place your feet on the ground. Lift your butt off of the mat. Place your block underneath, right where your low back meets your butt cheeks. And inhale and exhale, tuck the knees in, send the heels up to the ceiling. Palms can either be pressed flat at a 45-degree angle to your side or out to a T. Really flex those feet, so pulling the toes towards your nose, pressing the heels straight up. Take a few deep breaths here. One more deep breath. When you're ready, tuck those knees in, bring the feet down to the mat, lift the pelvis off the block, and if you're ready, you can send the legs out long, shake anything out you might need to, roll the shoulder blades underneath, let the palms just open up to the ceiling, and when you're ready, gently close your eyes. Start to check in with your body, just noticing how you feel after some deep stretches. Do you notice the blood rushing back to your feet, to your legs? Maybe your shoulders and your spine feel nice and stretched, open and twisted. Start to bring your awareness back to your body, deepening your breath. Maybe you make some small movements in your wrists and your feet. When you're ready, keeping your eyes closed, rolling over to your right side, tucking your knees in, using your arms and hands to cradle your head. And when you're ready, pushing up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed. Remembering to be present in the moment so that we can be kind to ourselves and to others. Let's seal our practice with one final breath. Inhaling our arms up overhead. Pressing the palms together. Exhaling as the thumbs trace down the midline to heart center. Namaste. I was laying there being like, I don't want to get up. I know, me too. Yes. I want more. Well, I'll be honest, last night I was like, I worked out really hard, so I was like, what will I need to stretch? And I was like, what will feel good? What? Sometimes I'm like, oh, we haven't done this in a while. I'd like to do this. Usually I'm just sitting on my bedroom floor being like, okay, Good. That's what I'm going for. I thought it was, what was it Thursday that you were like, oh, I don't have my back book. That you were like, oh, my knees. I couldn't be on them for so long.
Yeah. But Wednesday, I think I did something over there. I did that leg press, which I haven't done in a long, long time. And I think it just really worked them
Yeah.
so much. And then I came in here and I said, oh, it's good and everything. But over the weekend,
Just didn't, yeah, it wasn't.
Well, I fell off a horse one time several years ago. And it sometimes comes back.
Yeah.
I don't fall or anything, but it just.
Yeah. Another thing that seated forward folds, didn't we? I think we did. I think we did some of this. Like, I don't know if that maybe like I can look. Yeah.
Look back at your notes. So I won't do those.
Yes. Oh, careful here. Yeah, of course. I could even text you if it's really important or, okay. Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting that I start recording. I forgot. Listen, Lexi,